This is Bear Essentials with BYERS, and today we're going to take this Scorpio, we're going to improve it with the new optimization station. That Scorpio right there, and we're going to improve the numbers from 14 weapon damage to 15 weapon damage. Pure and simple, easy. That's what the optimization station's for, right? I'm going to show you how expensive it really is and how much time consuming it can be just to improve something that minuscule. You can see the numbers down there. It's done, right? Wait. Where'd I get all those numbers? Yeah, let's take a look at those numbers. That's breaking down 222 shotguns. That's 111 levels to take to get that number for the shade cache. 67 for the other. That 67 is Rikers, and to kill one Rikers boss, you get 2 of those. So you can see that that's going to be 34 different bosses, and then we have 44 shade requests on that, which is actually easier. So here it is, a breakdown of how it looks, the different symbols and what they all mean. You can look at them. So here it is all on one page. We're going to improve the shotgun damage by just 1%. It's going to require us to have 222 shotgun. It's going to take us 111 shade, 67 Rikers credits, and then the 44 shade there. So that's 44 levels of grinding to get those. That's 56 to get that. So that's almost 100 levels just to get those if you're using your credits to get those. And then you have to grind your Rikers. So that's just an exorbitant amount of resources. I'll show you how you can do it, and it's really not quite as hard as possible. So we're going to go over here to the crafting station. We're going to go down to optimize. And here it makes it a little cheaper. So you can make 10 at a time, and it uses that much resources. It's still a very expensive process, but you can grind through it a lot easier than you suspect. You can use your resources. If you have 1,000 level watch and you have multiple characters, I'm sure you have plenty of resources just sitting there waiting to be used, right? Well, not too many people have 4 accounts, and not the average player is over 1,000 watch level. So I can teach you how to do that as well. Well, here we are breaking it down to show you how we got the resources and how much it cost. So it is an expensive, very expensive process, but once you get it done, it's done. It's perfect. You know that any other Scorpio you get that isn't God rolled, you can either re-roll it or you can trash it to re-roll something else. And if you do this, you know, once a week, twice a week for 2 or 3 pieces, it won't be long. A month down the road, you'll have everything God rolled, and you still had to grind for it. You still had to work for it. So if you don't put the work in for it, just somebody to jump in here overnight isn't going to be like God rolled overnight. That's a good thing in a way, but it's also bad because the only people that are going to be perfect are the grinders, the people that have the time. I'm going to show you a few shortcuts, a few ways to optimize your crafting and get that done. And one of them is a resource run that I've showed a few times before. And again, this will also, at the end, maybe this will encourage you to take a little bit of time to invest in your account and get those 3 and 4 characters up through New York and 40th level. You're going to find out that they really help. Now, I've seen it on Kamikaze Von Doom's Discord. There's always been, lately there's been a discussion, and it keeps coming back and forth on that discussion, is why should I go through New York again on the second character? And the reason is, there's a bunch of reasons that you can do it. Your experience, your storage. Now, a lot of people have made other accounts, or I mean other characters, to just mule their equipment. They put it into cache, they pull it up in their equipment, they kind of keep it as a storage, but they don't level it up. But there's reasons that you want to level it up. So how you can get these is, you can say you need those 220 shotguns. You can go, say, the summit, and you can go targeted loot for shotguns, which shotguns are going to pull up more often, right? Well, after about an hour of playing and going through about 22 levels, and I thought it was going pretty fast, probably an hour and a half of playing, I ended up with a whole 22 shotguns. That's it. So 2 hours, 22 shotguns. We need 222 shotguns. So that would take 22 hours just to get the shotguns at this point. So you can see that that's really not a very fast way to do it. But if you need to, you can grind out a few this way. So there that is. So you say that grinding through the summit for just a few shotguns here to break down, and you know, when you break down those shotguns, you get maybe a little steel, maybe a little titanium, not a lot, but you can get some from breaking down your equipment. So while you're not trying to optimize and you're out there doing things, that's one of the reasons why everybody is kind of breaking things down. They're not letting anything just kind of sit there. Break it down, save your resources. There's a lot of resources to get there. So you go to your optimization station, you got everything done. We still need the shotguns. So what I said is, we can go over here to the crafting bench. And for those of you that don't craft very much, because it's not right here on the screen, you have to tab all the way down. There's a place that you can use your resources to make quicker of these resources that you need for the optimization station. Basically, to make 10 shotguns at a time, or 10 Rikers at a time, but it still takes a lot of resources. So this is how you can get it. So there it is. You got all the resources. There it is, and we're going to roll that baby up. There it is. Perfect. It's done, right? But you're saying, Bear, it's still going to take a long time. How do I get those resources? Well, one of the things that I do is I take a few minutes out of my day when I jump on my character to run what I call a resource run. And I do it every day. Takes 5-10 minutes. And here it is. Here's the long run, and then there's a second run, which I'll break down in a different video. This run hits 10 black boxes hanging from trees. Now, everybody knows about the orange crates for the most part, but there's black ones. There's also a few wooden ones. The wooden ones drop water, resources, your food. So they have those kind of supplies, but these black ones drop randomly. They drop 3 of 6 different resources. So it can be titanium, steel, carbonite, any of those that's in your resource pool. So if you look in your inventory and you go over to resources and you go down below all the named gear um, pieces, you're going to find um, where there's resources, and these are green and blue on your thing. They're not red. They're not gold or yellow. These are the resources that you need the most of. Now the cap out, the most you can obtain is 1,500. So when you get where you're maxed out and you're dropping these and you see that it's red, you can't pick it up, that's a good time to go back to the White House and maybe turn some of those into different resources. So now that you can optimize, I used to craft some. I would craft a few different items and use those resources up. So when I did make these runs, I could keep up to the max. And it gave me some experience, and it gave me some chances to get better rules. It's how I got my calibration station up to par on the very first few days. I just sit there and craft it a little bit. And yeah, you only get maybe out of 20, you might get one that had one thing that was a guide rule. Or if you were doing back pass and chest, you would get a talent you need. But it was the quickest way to doing it. And so if you're starting out and you don't have your calibration station, all your Pokedex, as they, I think as the massive creators, developers called it, if you don't have that maxed out, that might be one way to help you a little bit. Still, the best way is to get out there, get the good resources, and convert them over. So what we're doing is we're running from the Jurassic Park gate, and I'll show you a map a little right after this run. We're going north out of the Jurassic Park gate on DZ South. We're running up the right side of the street toward the American Heritage Museum. Or maybe it's the Black History Museum, the big orange building. You're going to run around it, then you're going to come back down the other side of the street like you see right now, and there's 3 boxes on the right side, 2 on the left. There's one at the bottom of Washington Monument, and then there's 4 more around the side. So this is number 6 coming up, and then there will be 4 more of these crates. And along the way, there's a few of these green toolboxes. They give a little bit of steel or polycarbonate. Again, it's kind of random on what you get out of it. So you can get one resource one day. You know, you may make this run and have 200 steel, and then next day you run the same thing and you have 50 steel. So it all depends. There's a few boxes here to hit. There's a few of these black little like suitcases, I guess, or luggage cases to open along the way. And anyway, you put all that together, it's about 100, 150 resources on a good day. On a bad day, maybe only 50 or so. And running at night here, just like I got confused on this first run, kind of got lost here. I need to run just a little further south on this run and look in the tree there. If you look up in the tree, that black box at night is kind of hard to see. But once you see it, it lights right up. Now the other thing is you can run this with multiple people and do your resource run together as a group. But even if you do it on somebody else's map, once that box is opened and you were on that server when it was opened, then that's done till it resets in the morning. But if you do it on each character, again, that's a different world. As long as that character wasn't there, you can open it. So somebody could open it on, if somebody opens on your world while you're doing something else, then you're not around, or you're not close when they open the box, you won't get the resources. So that's why when you join a group or somebody joins you under your group, be careful to let them just run willy-nilly if you got things like this that you do on your map. If they go do a resource run while you're playing around in the White House, then you're going to miss out on these resources each day. So this is number 10 right here. And I'm also going to finish this off. There's an armament box here in the middle of the field. And over here by the public restrooms, there's another box on top. A few water resources over there, and there's one of those wooden crates I told you about that's hanging from a tree. So we'll show you that real quick, and then we'll call it a day on this run. You can end that run right there. As for the resources you're looking for to optimize. So this round bathroom right here, you can see the yellow tarp. There's right there by the bathroom door, there's usually a water container. There's a armor box there, and that's a wooden crate. It's not black. If you look at it real quick with a scope on, it is like a wooden crate, and it has water, food, and your third resource in there that you use to donate, like your shade request and stuff each week. So that can help on that. So here. So this is how the run starts here at Jurassic Park Gate of DZ South. And we're going to run up here. We're going to hit the first one right here. The second one right here. The third one is hanging right here. We're going to run over the top, and we're going to come back down the other side. There's one right here. The fifth one is right here. Then we're going to run through this tent. The sixth one here. The seventh one down here. And the eighth one right there. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and number 10 is right there, close to heading toward Tidal Basin. So there's 10 different loot boxes there, and each one gives randomly 2 or 3 different resources, and anywhere from 7 to 14, 15 resources a piece. So when you get done with this run, between the toolboxes and the black boxes and the suitcases and the duffel bags that you have along this run that I showed you earlier, you can get approximately anywhere from 70 to 150 of each resource. And you can do that once a day. And you're saying to yourself, Bear, that's not 600-700 resources that I need. Well, I hate to tell you, this is another reason why you should have 4 characters, because each character can do this run, and the characters, the Massive has put something in there where you pay a one-time in-credit fee, not real money, but in-game money, and you use that money and you link all the accounts together. So the resources you gain on one account count toward all the accounts. So it goes into a loot pool that all 4 characters can share. And you can do that. Now there's also another run that I'll do a separate video later on that starts over here, and it's just a real short run. It starts in the Truman Safe House, runs down this street. In the front there's a black box hanging here, resource box, and then there's 3 right around this propaganda broadcast. There's 3 of them real close together, and that's 4 resources. You can gain 50 or 60 in just a few minutes there. So if you do that, that's 200 or 300 resources a day. And then if you have multiple characters, you can do that, and you have 800 a day, every day. Even not the days you're optimizing, you get on, you do your crafting run, and you're good. You got tons of resources. So let me hammer this home again. If you have 4 characters, like here, you can do this run, and they share, and you pay your fee to share your resources per accounts. It puts them all in the same pool. Now the one thing is, if you use them on one character, then they're gone for all the characters. So, but you can do this run on each character each day, even if they're not fully developed, even if they're young. You don't have to be through New York to do that. So with all the work put in, here's the final product. We have that Scorpio perfectly rolled. Now, could you have gotten this by just going out and farming shotguns after you had a Scorpio and get lucky and get a God roll? Yes. Yes, you can. Is it shorter? I guess if your RNG is good, your random number generator is good, then great. If you want to roll your exotics and re-roll until it's perfect, well, if your RNG is great, that's great. But now with the optimization station, if you just got that one little bit to do, you can go to the optimization station and get it done. So hopefully the things I showed you, the resource run, maybe that'll help. This is Bear Essentials. I am BYERS. I hope you have a blessed day, and I'll see you in the grind. Look for that other video coming out soon on the other short run.